Hello, Elisa. Very nice to see these essays from you, this essay from you rather. Good job. It's so important to write and to practice and get feedback for your essays in IELTS. So let's get straight into your corrections and see what you had to say. Globalization is a result of the international marketing. This is often considered as a negative trend by means of an economic loss for the production of the country in question. Okay, I'll keep reading the paragraph and then I'll talk about some corrections. Other people instead believe that it brings an open-minded approach with an interest for other cultures. This essay will discuss both these views, focusing on the negative effect on the local market and the positive side given by the range of choices that people appreciate. Having said that, I think that local marketing should be preserved by limiting foreign competitors. Okay, it was a little bit of a rocky start in a couple of the sentences. There were some errors and some areas that lacked clarity, but the second half of your introduction was really quite strong. It was really nice. I wouldn't say that you necessarily needed to write such a large introduction, but it was nice. Okay, so let's go into some of the errors here. Globalization is a result of international marketing without the. This is often considered a negative trend, and this was awkward for me here. Due to the economic loss of the production for the country in question, something like this. There's something happening. I'm not really sure how to fix it. I think I know what you're trying to say. But I hope that fixes it a little bit. Other people instead believe that it brings an open-minded approach with an interest for or in other cultures. That's fine. And the rest of it was really fine. Okay. The opening of business relationships among nations can have drawbacks on the local markets. In fact, when a foreign company starts to compete against the inner businesses of a country, the risk of unbalanced prices is likely to occur. In other words, not all the nations have the same type of economy. For example, paying a worker in China is less expensive than in Europe, and it impacts the final price of the product. This is why the invasion of Chinese exports, that should have an S, has been harmful for Western countries without the in the last decades. Okay, I'm not 100% sure that this has to do with global marketing. Please be careful. Make sure that you are answering the question that is asked to you in the task. If you're not really familiar with what global marketing is, this is a great opportunity to look into it and learn a few things, maybe take away some vocabulary words and some ideas. But this does feel a little off topic to me. Okay, but let's move on. On the other hand, some people find globalization a positive trend, thanks to the wide range of choices that it implicates. I'm not sure about the word implicates. I think maybe implies would have been a better word, but I have to think about that a little more. I'm thinking implies, though. In particular, people who have other origins find it useful, to buy items coming from their home country. Also, young generations appreciate the fact that they can choose the products that they see on television. For instance, Coca-Cola is one of the biggest examples, of international marketing, which has positively impacted some people's lives. Why? Why has this positively impacted people's life? I mean, that it just raises the question for me. And so to really fully develop this, I would want to hear why you make such a strong statement about Coca-Cola. Again, here, look at this. You're focusing on globalization, but I'm not entirely convinced that this is what the essay is asking you to do. All right, so do look at the task again, see what it's asking you, and like I said before, find out some things about global marketing so you can really sort of solidify what the question is asking you. Okay, and then your conclusion. In conclusion, at a glance, the power of choosing whatever we want to buy, comma here, national or international products, comma, seems to be a positive option. Nevertheless, in my opinion, the negative effects it has on local businesses have too much impact on the communities to be ignored. Okay, all right, yeah, it certainly ties in with your introduction, so well done. New vocabulary, new language, but not new ideas, and that's really important. You don't want new ideas in your conclusion. You just want to restate the things you've already said, so that was really nice. Okay, so I really hope that I get to see more of these essays from you. I hope this feedback has been helpful. I believe pretty much that at this point in your IELTS preparation, that in order to move forward, you do need to continually get feedback so you can see where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are, and just continue to improve on them. All right, so there were a lot of nice elements, but there were a couple of areas that needed some work. So like I said, I hope you continue to work on them and that I get to see more of these essays from you.